Happy Sunday Funday, y'all. Your boy X-Man 1991 here, back with another video. Signing on. January is here. It's a brand new year. Well, the New England Patriots are your 2026 AFC champions. They just beat the Denver Broncos 10-7. I'm waiting for the Seahawks-Rams game to come on, and the winner of that game will face the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So, time to reveal another list. We're going back to the year 1996. We're revealing my top 20 TV shows from that year. I got done doing my top 20 Fox shows of the 2000s. There's a bunch of lists that I got done already. I just need to come on here to reveal them. So let's go back and talk about my top 20 TV shows of the year 1996. The honorable mentions will be put in my community post later. Starting at number 20, Kratts Creatures. Before Zoboomafoo, before Be the Creature, and before Wild Kratts. This was the Kratt brothers, Chris and Martin's first show telling us about the history of animals. This show ran through the entire summer of 1996 on PBS, from June 3rd to August 9th, with reruns until June 9th of 2000. I cannot wait to see what the Kratt brothers are going to be doing for the 30th anniversary of this show. This show premiered 2 weeks before I turned 5. Episodes would air every day except for the weekends, Monday through Friday. And then they aired it again in 2006, 2007, part of the PBS Kids Go block. And due to the show's popularity, it was inspired by Zoboomafoo, which premiered 3 years later. But I can't wait to see what Chris and Martin are going to be doing for Kratts Creatures' 30th anniversary. Number 19, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. This was a mini-series and the second entry of the Power Rangers franchise. It's pretty much a continuation from the third season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that lasted for 10 episodes between February 5th and February 17th of 1996 on Fox Kids. It was succeeded by Power Rangers Zero 2 months later. I'm sure a lot of people don't even remember Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers because they picked up from where we left off when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ended. Because I feel like people pretty much ignored Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. Hell, I was even one of those people that ignored this show. I did not know this show existed until I was a teenager. The only cast member I know from the show was, of course, David Yost. Anyway, move on to number 18. Speaking of Power Rangers Zeo, that's my number 18. The third entry of the Power Rangers franchise. This show lasted for 50 episodes between April 20th, 420, and November 27th of 1996 on Fox Kids. It was succeeded a year later by Power Rangers Turbo. The cast members that returned to the show were Jason David Frank, of course, Johnny Bosch, Steve Cardenas, Nakia Burress, Catherine Sutherland. Austin St. John returned as his character Jason Lee Scott, but as the Gold Zeo Ranger. My Power Ranger Zeo was good. We are 3 months away from the show's 30th anniversary. And speaking of Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, that show is turning 30 next week, Thursday, February 5th. Number 17, Space Cases. It's a Canadian science fiction show. This show lasts for 2 seasons and 27 episodes from March 2nd, 1996 to January 27th, 1997. This was Walter Jones' second show as a main cast after his days on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This show would not air on TV again until 2011 on Nick Rewind, back when the block was called The 90s Are All That. And it would return once again on New Year's Day, 2016, when the block was known as The Splat. I'm not sure where is the show is streaming at, but I'm sure they have full episodes on YouTube. This show pretty much, it was part of the Snick block on Nickelodeon back in the 90s. It was nice to see Walter Jones in another TV show after he left Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Number 16, Superman, the animated series. This was the second DC animated show after Batman the Animated Series, where Superman battles evil while trying to conceal his alter ego Clark Kent. This show lasted for 4 seasons and 54 episodes on Kids WB from September 6, 1996 to February 12th, 2000. Reruns of the show did air on Cartoon Network and Boomerang. The show is currently streaming on HBO Max. Just like Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series made me a fan of Superman. It's my number 3 Kids WB show. And they released a horrible video game for the Nintendo 64, Superman 64. Number 15, Seventh Heaven. One of my favorite family drama shows to exist on the WB. This show lasted for 10 seasons and 11 seasons and 243 episodes. It ran on the WB for 10 seasons from August 26, 1996 to May 8, 2006. Then it lasted on the CW from September 25th to May 13, 2007. Seventh Heaven was definitely a great show. Number 14, Everybody Loves Raymond. This is about Ray Bonrow, a successful sports writer and family man who deals with a brother and parents who happens to live across the street. This show lasted for 9 seasons and 210 episodes on CBS. This show premiered the same day Tupac died. Did y'all know that? September 13th, 1996. And lasted until May 16, 2005. That Everybody Loves Raymond was definitely a great show. Rest in peace to Doris Roberts. I still can't believe the show premiered the same day Tupac died. It won 15 Emmys from 69 nominations at the Emmys. It also helped revive the fortunes of CBS after CBS was struggling throughout the late 80s and early 90s. And it was ranked 49th of all time of funniest television comedy by Complex. Everybody Loves Raymond is currently streaming on Peacock and Paramount Plus. #13, The Daily Show. The Daily Show is pretty much a late night talk show and news satire programming. The show airs Monday through Thursday on Comedy Central since July 22nd, 1996. The Daily Show is the only show on my list that is still going. All the other shows on this list have ended. It was originally hosted by Craig Kilborn, then Jon Stewart, then Trevor Noah. And good news, Jon Stewart is officially back hosting The Daily Show since February 12, 2024. And he has just extended his contract to host The Daily Show throughout this year. I can't wait to celebrate 30 years of this show this summer. It's the only show on this list that is still going 30 years later. Wow. The show currently has over 4,000 episodes. That's incredible. Number 12, Third Rock from the Sun. This show right here is definitely one of my favorite sitcoms. This is the show that introduced me to John Lithgow. This show ran for 6 seasons and 139 episodes on NBC from January 9th, 1996 to May 22nd, 2001. This show premiered 3 years after the movie Coneheads was released. It was created by Bonnie Turner and her husband Terry Turner. Yeah, this show, Third Rock from the Sun, was hilarious. Definitely. Number 11, Malcolm and Eddie. This show stars the late great Malcolm Jamal Warner and Eddie Griffin. It's pretty much two friends who end up living in an apartment, Malcolm McGee and Eddie Sherman. Malcolm and Eddie ran for 4 seasons and 89 episodes on UPN from August 26, 1996 to May 22nd, 2000. Malcolm and Eddie is currently streaming on Pluto TV, and they have also full episodes on YouTube. Malcolm and Eddie is one of the most underrated black sitcoms of the 90s, next to Cousin Skeeter, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Rock. It's going to hit different celebrating 30 years of the show in August because Malcolm Jamal Warner is no longer with us. Despite that, he and Eddie Griffin were never best friends in real life. At least it was nice for them to have their own sitcoms together. I still watch the show regardless that I still cannot believe that Malcolm Jamal Warner is dead. Wow. But it's going to hit different celebrating 30 years of the show. Oh, man. Now it's time to reveal my top 10 TV shows from the year 1996. Starting at number 10, Blues Clues. This show is about a human host welcoming his preschool audience to the Blues Clues house, where Steve and his puppy Blue have to find 3 clues to something they're trying to figure out. The show was originally hosted by Steve Burns from 1996 to 2002, and he was replaced by Donovan Patton, who played Steve's brother Joe from 2002 to the show ended in 2006. 6 seasons, 143 episodes. Just like a lot of people, I stopped watching Blues Clues after Steve left. You know, I barely watched the show when Donovan Patton was on it, but it was more entertaining when Steve was on the show. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do for the 30th anniversary of Blues Clues this September. Definitely one of my favorite preschool shows, next to The Big Comfy Couch, Barney and Friends, Arthur, and many other preschool shows from the 90s. Number 9, Kablam. This show is a comic book style series that features cartoons, live action, and claymation shorts. It was hosted by one of the most underrated cartoon duos, Henry and June. Kablam ran for 4 seasons and 47 episodes on Nickelodeon from October 11th, 1996, 4 days after Hey Arnold premiered, and lasted until January 22nd, 2000. Reruns continued to air on Nickelodeon until 2001. Reruns aired on Nicktoons from 2002 to 2005. The show was last seen on TV on Nick Rewind back when it was called The Splat from 2016 to 2017, and has not been seen on TV since. The show was streaming on Paramount Plus, but they recently took it off of Paramount Plus. But the full series is still available on YouTube, and the show is currently streaming on Pluto TV's 90s Kids 2 channel. Kablam is definitely one of the most underrated Nicktoons of the 90s. It's definitely in my top 5 Nicktoons of the 90s. And I enjoy watching this show every Saturday night, part of SNCC. I know Benny Jean 94 can't wait to celebrate this show's 30th anniversary on his birthday. I can't wait too. Kablam is definitely underrated. Move it, football head. Hey Arnold is my number 8. And no matter what type of lists I make, I will always put Hey Arnold number 8 on my list. Even though on my top 10 90s Nicktoons, it's my number 6, but it will always be my number 8. This is about the adventures of Arnold, a 4th grader with a football-shaped head who lives with his grandparents in the city of Hillwood. Hey Arnold lasted for 5 seasons and approximately 100 episodes. It premiered on October 7th, 1996, 4 days before Kablam did, and lasted until June 8, 2004. A movie from Hey Arnold came out in 2002 titled Hey Arnold the Movie. Then the show came back in 2017 with a TV movie titled Hey Arnold the Jungle Movie. Hey Arnold is currently streaming on Paramount Plus and on Pluto TV's 90s Kids channel. I cannot wait to see what Greg Bartlett's going to be doing for Hey Arnold's 30th anniversary. And we did not know what was Arnold's last name until we got older. His last name is Shortman. All this time, we never knew what was Arnold's last name. But now we know. It's Shortman. The outro of Hey Arnold, in my opinion, is better than the intro, in my opinion. The outro did not have to go hard like that, but it did. Number 7, Arthur. We all know the show is based on the book of the same name created by the legend himself, Mark Brown. Arthur was the longest running PBS Kids animated show, lasting for 25 seasons and 253 episodes. The show premiered the same day Hey Arnold did, October 7th of 1996, and lasted until President's Day, February 21st, 2022. Reruns of the show still airs to this day on PBS Kids, on the PBS Kids channel and the main block on the main PBS channel, and is on the PBS Kids app. The theme song was, of course, written and performed by Zeke Marley and the Melody Makers. The song is titled Believe in Yourself. Thank you, Mark Brown, for coming up with this amazing show. It was the longest running children's television show until last year when it got surpassed by SpongeBob. I'm still mad about that shit. That SpongeBob has surpassed Arthur. And Arthur is now the 5th longest running cartoon of the 90s, right behind The Simpsons, South Park, Family Guy, and SpongeBob. Arthur is the GOAT PBS Kids animated show. I'm glad reruns are still airing to this day. Number 6. I know I could have flip-flopped the show that I put in number 6 and the show that I put in number 3. But at least I have it in my top 10. And this show just turned 30 years old 2 days ago. Number 6, Moesha. This is about Moesha Mitchell, played by the legend herself, Brandy, a teenager juggling school, friendship, and romance. This show was originally going to be aired on CBS, but they pretty much declined it, and it was picked up by UPN and became one of the most successful shows on that network. This show was supposed to come back for a 7th season, but UPN decided to cancel it after 6 seasons and 127 episodes. From January 23rd, 1996 to May 14th, 2001. Moesha is currently streaming on Tubi, is currently streaming on Paramount Plus, is on Pluto TV's Black Favorites channel. And the theme song still slaps 30 years later. We all know Moesha, or Brandy, wrote and performed the theme song. We have 5 cast members from that show that are no longer with us. Marilyn Santana, Lamont Bentley, Bernie Mac, Yvette Wilson, and Ricky Harris. Rest in peace to all 5 of them. Fredro Starr from Onyx, he was on this show as well. Now it's time for my top 5 TV shows from '96. Number 5, The Jamie Foxx Show. This is about Jamie Foxx playing Jamie King, an aspiring entertainer working in the hotel of his Uncle Junior and Aunt Helen. The Jamie Foxx Show ran for 5 seasons and approximately 100 episodes. The show premiered 3 days after the Steve Harvey Show did on August 28th, 1996, and lasted until January 14, 2001. On the WB. The Jamie Foxx Show wasn't successful in the ratings, but it helped launch Jamie Foxx's acting career and relaunched the career of Garrett Morris, who was shot 2 years prior to this. The Jamie Foxx Show definitely has its funny moments. And I like the theme song from the first 3 seasons. We all know both theme songs from the first 3 seasons and the last 2 seasons were written and performed by Jamie Foxx himself. I believe Jamie Foxx was like the third comedian from In Living Color to have his own sitcom after Shawn and Marlon Wayans, if I'm not mistaken. The Jamie Foxx Show is streaming on Netflix. And I think reruns are still airing on MTV2. Yeah, the Jamie Foxx Show was funny as hell. Speaking of the Steve Harvey Show, that's my number 4. It's about Steve Harvey playing Steve Hightower, a semi-retired funk musician who is a music teacher at Booker T High School. The show premiered 3 days before the Jamie Foxx Show did on August 25th, 1996, and lasted until February 17th, 2002. Steve Harvey wanted the show to end after season 5 because he wanted to move on and work on other projects. But it was best for it to end with 6 seasons anyway. It lasted for 6 seasons and 122 episodes. Steve Harvey was the first original Kings of Comedy to have his own sitcom, and Cedric the Entertainer was the co-star. The show is also streaming on Netflix and is on Pluto TV's Black Favorites channel. I still watch the show regardless that, despite that Marilyn Santana, I can't believe this man was robbed from us back in 2002, months after the show ended. They set him up to get him killed. And I know a lot of females had a crush on Marilyn Santana, him and Lamont Bentley, and it's sad that they both died so young. This show, the Steve Harvey Show, was my Sunday nights on the WB, that and the Jamie Foxx Show. I miss those Sunday nights and I miss the WB. Number 3, Dexter's Laboratory. We all know the show is about a pint-sized boy genius named Dexter who has a laboratory in his bedroom, a secret from his parents. And you have his dim-witted big sister named Dee Dee always destroying his shit. And his arch nemesis, Mandark, who has a crush on Dee Dee. The first Cartoon Network original under the Cartoon brand. Dexter's Laboratory actually premiered on the What a Cartoon Show in 1995, a year before it was picked up as a full series. It premiered on TNT on April 27th, 1996. Then it premiered the next day on TBS and Cartoon Network. The first 2 seasons aired from April 27, 1996 to June 15, 1998. Then a year later, they had a TV movie, Dexter's Laboratory Ego Trip. The show was revived for 2 more seasons that lasted from November 18th, 2001 to November 20th, 2003. 4 seasons and 78 episodes. Genndy Tartakovsky, the creator, wasn't involved in the last 2 seasons due to him working on Samurai Jack. Segments of the show aired from 2005 to 2008 on the Cartoon Show and the Cartoon Top 5. From 2012 to 2014, it returned to Cartoon Network, part of Cartoon Planet. Reruns of Dexter's Laboratory aired on Boomerang from Martin Luther King Day, January 16, 2006 to June 7, 2021. Reruns of the show currently air on Adult Swim, part of Checkered Past. I mean, if I want to, I can always flip-flop Moesha and Dexter's Laboratory. But no matter what type of list I make, Dexter's Laboratory will always be in my top 3. And to me, it's a top 3 Cartoon Network show. Season 2 of Dexter's Laboratory has to be my favorite. Just like Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, The Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd n Eddy, and many other Cartoon Network shows from the 90s, it did have a few bad episodes. I gotta say, Dexter vs. Santa's Claus was the worst episode of Dexter's Laboratory. These are my top 3 worst Dexter's Laboratory episodes: Dexter vs. Santa's Claus, The Old Switcheroos, and Dexter Detention. But regardless, Dexter's Lab was still one of the best shows to exist on Cartoon Network. I can't wait to celebrate the show's 30th anniversary in April. Number 2, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. This show is about Sabrina Spellman, who is a teenager with magical powers. This was Melissa Joan Hart's second sitcom after Clarissa Explains It All. It premiered on September 27, 1996 on ABC, part of the TGIF Friday Night block, and lasted on ABC until Cinco de Mayo of 2000 with 4 seasons. The show was then picked up by the WB for 3 more seasons, from September 22, 2000 to April 24, 2003. 7 seasons and 163 episodes, plus 3 TV movies. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. What can I say about Sabrina the Teenage Witch? It's funny. I mean, there's nothing more I can say about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's still a great sitcom. I still watch it to this day on Prime Video's 90s sitcom channel. The theme song, both theme songs still go hard 30 years later. Melissa Joan Hart, I believe, was 20 years old when this show premiered.